Texas is inching closer to a redistricting battle.
Governor Abbott called a special session in part to vote to redraw Texas lines, district lines, 5 years ahead of schedule. But Democrats call it an unconstitutional power grab.
Typically, districts are drawn every 10 years after a U.S. census. Our Katira Winfrey spoke with District 18 congressional candidate Christian Menifee and other community leaders about what these changes could mean. Here's Katira.
Sherman and Ron Menifee, along with fellow congressional District 18 candidate Amanda Edwards, are working to spread the word about redistricting and stopping it. Now, right now, volunteers are in here for a phone bank, making calls to educate people, but encouraging them to push back on redistricting plans. 4 districts are facing redistricting if Governor Greg Abbott's redistricting plan moves forward. At least 3 are in the Houston area and 1 near Dallas.
Their plan is not to add people to our districts. Their plan is to slice up neighborhoods. It's to break apart Black and Latino areas and to redraw lines to make it harder for our communities to elect people who reflect our values. This isn't about fairness. It's about keeping power no matter the cost.
Congressional District 18 candidate Christian Menifee and faith leaders joined Wednesday, saying there is too much at stake.
You cannot carve up our communities. You cannot rob us of our representation. And you cannot divide our district.
Typically, districts are redrawn every 10 years based on census data. However, halfway through the decade, the Department of Justice released a letter claiming districts 9, 18, 29, and 33 are unconstitutionally and racially gerrymandered.
I believe the state of Texas should be doing everything we can to lock arms with President Trump and further his agenda down here.
And some Republican leaders argue this is what President Trump wants as part of a plan to eventually secure 5 more Republican seats in Congress.
So I support us taking whatever action necessary to make sure that the United States Congress stays in Republican control in the upcoming midterm elections.
But some argue this type of action will eliminate vital community representation, leaving vulnerable communities like this one open to the leadership of people who never stepped foot in the districts.
Also, there is a will and a willingness to fight. Look, the legislature is a game of math. The numbers are the numbers, but that doesn't mean that we have to lay down and accept whatever.
And one of the first public hearings on redistricting is happening Saturday at the University of Houston Student Center at 11 o'clock. KHOU 11 plans to be there. Reporting live in Houston, Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.